It's a very unpredictable and dangerous future, and there is all the rationale in the world to act and act decisively.
That kind of thinking used to be called doom and gloom. Tonight, a growing number of scientists are hearing the critics, but looking at the data and saying it's a forecast that can't be ignored. Jim Axelrod, CBS News, New York.
Fresh evidence of the impact of the second La Nina winter in a row is all over the weather map today. This includes snow in Minneapolis, a somewhat rare occurrence nowadays, and snow will finally be coming to the northeast after an unusually dry and warm early winter. Also typical of an extended La Nina, stormy weather over the Pacific Northwest, while mild weather is in much of the rest of the country, including record high temperatures in some places. Some of the world's top ocean life experts are now meeting in Alabama about one possible impact of global warming. It's a global explosion of jellyfish, ruining tourism, stinging swimmers, and a possible sign of coming climate changes that could have even more impact on people. CBS's Maureen Maher has the hard facts on a squishy problem.
Stunning to the eyes, but stinging to the touch. It turns out jellyfish, one of nature's simplest creatures, could be the key to understanding dramatic changes in the world's complex ecosystems.
Changes in the magnitude of jellyfish blooms would be a very good indicator for understanding that something has changed in the ecosystem.
Scientists are trying to figure out why there has been a planet-wide population explosion of an animal that is 95% water with no heart, lungs, spine, or brain. One theory, global warming.
The longer summers that we seem to be experiencing with spring earlier and fall later will lead to jellyfish blooms that are lasting longer.
Along the Gulf Coast, where tourism is a $20 billion a year industry, this season snowbirds have already noticed that warm winter temperatures mean more jellyfish.
Well, the last several days, there seems like there's quite a few of them on the beaches.
Problems with the worldwide surge in jellyfish have been most apparent in the Black Sea and Baltic Sea. In the U.S., the biggest increase is in Chesapeake Bay, but the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of Alaska, and the Bering Sea are not far behind. Researchers believe other major factors are runoff of farm chemicals that contaminate water and overfishing.
The quality of the environment that the children are inheriting from us is going to be less than what it was when I was a kid.
And with half the nation's population already living along the coastline, perhaps this silent creature is sending a loud and clear message that we should not ignore. Maureen Maher, CBS News, Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Attorney General Janet Reno today brushed off a ruling from an elected Florida state judge who gave custody of young Elian Gonzalez to his relatives in Miami. Reno said only a federal court can overrule the U.S. Immigration Service, which says the boy should go back to his father in Cuba. CBS's Byron Pitts is in Miami.
Today, a little boy's expression may have said more than words. The smiles were gone, the mood was somber, and the language defiant, as relatives of Elian Gonzalez now say they will not send the boy back to Cuba.
No, not at all. Elian came here by a miracle of God, and here he will stay.
Strong words after a 4-page statement from U.S. Attorney General Janet Reno, where she upheld the decision by U.S. Immigration that young Elian should be with his father, adding the state court that gave temporary custody to relatives in Miami did so without legal jurisdiction. The Florida court's order, she said, has no force or effect. Lawyers for the boy in Miami say they'll file for custody in federal court. But legal analysts say a federal judge will likely side with INS.
The possibility that they could be successful in federal court is a big question right now, because this determination was a discretionary one, and the courts are reluctant to interfere in discretionary determination.
So with the growing reality there are a few legal maneuvers left, community activists say they are gearing up for larger and perhaps even more disruptive demonstrations.
You can expect anything to happen in this city, and I'm not talking about saving the whales like it happened in Seattle. I'm talking about saving the child Elian here in Miami.
The Attorney General did extend Friday's deadline. Elian won't have to go back to Cuba by this weekend. But by all indications, if or when he does go back, people here won't make it easy. Byron Pitts, CBS News, in Miami's Little Havana.
While other giant corporations are merging, the government is talking about breaking up Microsoft for illegal behavior. Sources close to the antitrust talks in Washington say the Justice Department has proposed splitting Microsoft into 3 parts. Government lawyers argue that's what it will take to keep the software giant from further abusing its competitive position. Federal safety regulators today imposed fines of more than $500,000 on companies involved in the collapse of a huge construction crane in Milwaukee last July. Part of the evidence is this newly released home video of the crash.
Okay, watch it, watch it!
3 workers were killed at the site of the Milwaukee Brewers' new ballpark. OSHA fined the construction company, the crane owners, and the operators. They were accused of overloading the crane and failing to factor in wind conditions. Next on the CBS Evening News, as the U.S. Supreme Court considers the rights of grandparents, we'll give you a look at the special bond between grandparents and grandchildren. And later, a doctor who likes his patients so much he bought the hospital.
6 weeks before one of the biggest games of my life, I felt a strange pain in my chest. What my doctor found was my toughest opponent yet. 3 of my arteries were more than 90% blocked. After recovering from surgery, lowering my high cholesterol became more important than football. Later, I was fortunate enough to coach my team in the biggest game of the season. That's the kind of play we need! Along with a healthy diet and regular exercise, taking Zocor every day helped significantly lower my total cholesterol.
Zocor is a prescription medication and is not right for everyone, including women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant, or people with liver problems. Your doctor may do blood tests to check for liver problems. Because serious side effects can result, tell your doctor about any muscle pain or weakness you experience while on Zocor and about any medicines you are taking.
When diet and exercise are not enough, talk to your doctor about Zocor. Take care of yourself. It's your future. Be there.
Eating Quaker oatmeal can help lower cholesterol. We ate it for 30 days and helped ours go down 12 points. Plus, in the wintertime, it makes everything just a little bit warmer. Quaker oatmeal warms you heart and soul.
Have you seen the latest? One-a-day joint health with glucosamine, a unique blend designed to help you maintain flexibility. It's from One-a-day, and just what you need to feel your best.
There was a lot of action today at the U.S. Supreme Court. The justices ruled 5-4 that the police can stop and question a person who starts running after seeing a police officer. The court said such behavior could create enough suspicion to justify a stop. In another case, the justices upheld a federal law that bars states from selling the personal information on your driver's license. Some states have done that, you know. The law was passed after actress Rebecca Schaefer was killed by a stalker who got her address through motor vehicle records. Also today, the Supreme Court heard oral arguments on a very emotional issue. Do the 60 million grandparents in this country, including a majority of the court, have a constitutional right to see their grandchildren? For depth and perspective, we have 2 reports, beginning with CBS's Jim Stewart.
Did she have enough gloves for everybody?
Yeah, guess what we did?
Edith Stevenson of Salisbury, Maryland, didn't get along with her own mother when she was growing up, so once she had children of her own, she sought to limit her mother's access. Grandmother sued, they all went to court, and Keita finally won.
When you have an outsider demanding court-ordered visitation, you're taking away so much, and you are fragmenting the family.
But what is an outsider? In fact, what is a family? In one of the most compelling cases the Supreme Court has ever heard, it's attempting to answer some of those questions, specifically whether grandparents, relatives, even some special non-relatives should be able to get a court order in order to see children. The case originated with grandparents Jennifer and Gary Troxell of Washington State. When their son died, they wanted to spend more time with their granddaughters and sued the children's mother to get it.
Doesn't the child have a right to know who is out there in the world that loves them?
6 of the 9 Supreme Court justices are grandparents themselves, and it was clear from their questioning this will be no easy decision. Chief Justice William Rehnquist worried aloud, for instance, that some great aunt might come in and say, I want to take the child to the movies every Friday, while Justice Stephen Breyer noted the special relationship that exists between some grandparents and their grandchildren. It's a relationship that all 50 states now legally recognize and is leading to more and more bruising and costly court battles.
I won the case. But I'm not a winner. I didn't win. My husband didn't win. My children didn't win.
And that's something even a Supreme Court decision is unlikely to change. In cases like these, everyone always loses something. Jim Stewart, CBS News, Washington.
Justice Breyer mentioned the unique relationship between grandparents and grandchildren. We asked CBS's John Blackstone to take a look at this special bond.
Oh, she said, I want to squeeze him.
Like millions of American grandparents, Hortense Finley has made a discovery. Being a grandparent is something special.
Because you have so much more leeway. The parents do the discipline and you do the good stuff.
What a grandparent can provide can be good, says psychotherapist Lillian Carson, author of The Essential Grandparent.
Grandparents have a different perspective, and they can accept the child in a way that parents cannot.
And grandparents, says Carson, give children a sense of belonging, of continuity.
You can't deny the history that's there. Those children are part of these grandparents. They have the genetics.
But grandparents' rights are not just about genetics. They are also about politics.
There's been a tug of war that's heated up over the last 10 years in which the elder lobby, which is one of the most powerful lobbies in the country, has pushed for legislation that expands grandparent visitation rights.
But while lawmakers have been eager to protect grandparents, courts have generally ruled the rights of parents come first. The courts have been reluctant to interfere in private family life, says law professor Joan Bowl.
Good parents have the right to decide what's best for their own children.
Let the Grammy help.
What many parents decide, of course, is they are grateful for the help. In a nation of 60 million grandparents, Hortense Finley is probably typical. Valued for all the love she now has time to provide. John Blackstone, CBS News, San Francisco.
The CBS News Market Watch shows stock prices closed mixed today. The Dow up 40 points. The NASDAQ fell 71 as the internet sell-off continued. Since the AOL-Time Warner merger was announced Monday, AOL stock is down 19%. CBS ahead. A new understanding about our place in the universe.
You are in the fight of your life. Just you against your smoking addiction, one-on-one. Trouble is, it's not a fair fight, and few people win it. But you can give yourself a fighting chance to win with Zyban. Zyban doesn't work for everyone. Zyban is part of a comprehensive program from your doctor to help you stop smoking. It's different from nicotine replacements. Zyban is the only prescription medicine that's nicotine-free, so you don't have to stop smoking all at once. As Zyban reduces your cravings, you feel like smoking less and less until you're ready to stop completely because you're ready to win. You should know there is a risk of seizure associated with Zyban. To reduce the risk, don't take Zyban if you have or have had a seizure or eating disorder, or if you take Wellbutrin. Don't take Zyban if you use an MAO inhibitor. Side effects may include dry mouth and difficulty sleeping. Ask your doctor if Zyban is right for you, because it can help you quit smoking by making it a fight you can win. Zyban, you don't have to quit all at once.
Most cold medicines can raise your blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure, don't take chances. Get the facts from the American Heart Association. This message is brought to you by Coricidin HBP products, safe and effective cold relief that won't raise your blood pressure.
Does tossing one of these into your tank kill germs? Well, here's one way to be sure. Lysol Continuous Action Automatic Toilet Cleaner. It not only cleans, it kills germs. No other automatic toilet cleaner kills more. You have our word on it.
We are healthy, strong, funny, energetic, even sexy. We take good care of ourselves, and we drink Ensure when we can eat nutritious foods like these. Ensure provides essential vitamins and minerals you find in vegetables, calcium like in milk, and protein like in fish. Ensure is a source of complete balanced nutrition and energy, so we can get the most out of life. Drink Ensure, and drink to your health.
The clock may be running out on the long struggle to prosecute Chile's former dictator, Augusto Pinochet. He is wanted in Spain for crimes against humanity. But CBS's Richard Roth reports a panel of doctors in Britain has now decided he's medically unfit to stand trial.
Now he's the
15 months ago, his critics were jubilant when Pinochet was arrested here on a Spanish court order charging him with torture and conspiracy from the days of his iron-fisted rule in Chile.
Justice has been done!
Today, his opponents were mostly resigned, as the British government said it's inclined to let the general go home. Doctors have concluded the 84-year-old former dictator's too frail to be extradited, too sick to stand trial. With outcries in Parliament that the government's given up a fight for justice, Britain's law enforcement chief insisted he's standing on principle.
I hope the message which goes out is that this country is one which follows the rule of law.
British law wrestled with the case, and the high-profile diplomatic wrangle caused by Pinochet's arrest broke new ground. Judges here ruled a former head of state can be brought to trial virtually anywhere if the charges involve abuse of human rights. So now Pinochet's future hangs on medicine. Since a reported stroke last fall, his doctors say his health's been in severe decline. 4 British experts appointed by the government who examined him for 7 hours agreed and said he's not likely to improve. Their report's not been made public, but more than just a ticket out of Britain for Pinochet, it may also be a prescription for fighting off legal charges anywhere else. Richard Roth, CBS News, London.
On the CBS Health Watch, there's new insight tonight into colon cancer, the second leading cancer killer in North America. Canadian researchers have discovered that there are 2 distinct types of colon cancer, and each may respond better to different types of treatment. Well, ever wonder what makes our home galaxy, the Milky Way, look so milky, especially the big halo surrounding it? No one really knew till now. Information from a new NASA satellite suggests the halo is what's left of thousands of exploding stars as the Milky Way evolved. It is, in effect, the lifeblood of the galaxy, and perhaps part of the superglue that holds the universe together. All told, that heavenly glow extends up to 10,000 light years above and below the Milky Way, and the halo's temperature is 500,000 degrees hot, give or take.
Tylenol House Call. Information for healthy living.
Every year it flies in from places like Sydney and Shanghai.
I feel absolutely miserable.
I wind up with fever, chills, and ache all over.
It's the flu.
It hits me like a ton of bricks.
The flu is a serious ailment that could lead to hospital stays with pneumonia. That's why a flu vaccination is a good idea, especially if you're over 65. But if you do get the flu, experts recommend plenty of rest, drink lots of fluids, and to relieve the tough aches and fever of the flu, the medicine in extra-strength Tylenol is the first choice.
I am really looking forward to getting over it.
There's no cure for the flu, but you can get relief.
Tylenol House Call is brought to you by Extra Strength Tylenol.
I don't paste my dentures anymore. I bond them with C-Bond denture adhesive.
2 powerful adhesives in a micro-thin seal bonds dentures to gums. Can hold and fit comfortably all day. No messy cleanup.
Bond your dentures with C-Bond.
You're on Love Matters. When love matters, I'm here to help. Dave?
Yeah, I'm having this problem with my girlfriend. It's kind of involved.
Diarrhea. Get it, and you want it gone.
You're a really good listener, you know.
He needs
really
Imodium AD.
Imodium Advanced. It's even better.
Only Imodium Advanced relieves diarrhea plus cramps and bloating by combining 2 medicines, and it's even faster than Imodium AD.
So was I right to invite my mom along on my honeymoon?
Oh, Dave, absolutely.
Imodium Advanced. Faster relief you can count on.
Nature made me a person of many parts. Nature made me determined to make all of them last. And thankfully, to help, there are premium quality nature-made vitamins and herbs, like vitamin C, which research shows can help keep my immune system strong. There's no stopping me, because nature made me.
We have reported much on this broadcast about the crisis in health care. Millions of Americans having to go without it because they can't afford it. Well, we found at least one corner of America where being poor is no barrier to getting medical attention. It is the corner where Dr. Kenneth Williams practices the American dream.
Let's see that foot again. I was told by several people, white and black, that a black physician couldn't make it in Holly Springs. She walking now, you're gonna be running.
Dr. Kenneth Williams was a small child in Mississippi during the height of the civil rights movement, and the prejudice he witnessed made his dream to make a mark in medicine in the state even stronger.
Hey, Miss Mandy, being a black man in America, in the state of Mississippi, who takes care of white, black, Hispanics, and does it with passion and pleasure, without prejudice, says something to the rest of America. Yep. This is the mayor of Holly Springs.
Dr. Williams cares for almost all the people of Holly Springs.
We probably see in the office anywhere between 100 and 150 patients a day.
If he ever left, I just had to follow him wherever he went.
Healthcare should not be a class-oriented privilege.
And when they're too sick to come to him...
Oh, dear, I can tell you don't feel good.
He is one of the few doctors in America who still makes house calls.
We're going to have to put you in the hospital, dear. We are the last as far as health care on most issues in the United States. I hate the word that last. I hate the terms you can't do. Let's get up off of our fannies and do it, and do what we're supposed to do, and take care of our people.
So when financial failure forced the only hospital within 50 miles of Holly Springs to close its doors, Dr. Williams scraped together his own money to reopen it.
Am I in debt with this hospital? Yes. Work with us a little harder.
But in Dr. Williams' eyes, you can't put a price on improving the health of this community.
They took a big chore on here. This hospital had a poor reputation. He's got the greatest group of people in here, and that's what's going to make this hospital.
Dr. Williams, 1247, please.
The key to his and the hospital's success is simple.
When you got the confidence in your community that you're going to take care of them, the rest will fall in place. If we don't take good care of patients and take care of them with the best of our abilities, we have nothing.
Dr. Williams has another dream, that 10 years from now, the record will show the health of his community has improved in every category.
The American Dream, brought to you by Fidelity Investments. We help you invest responsibly.
People often stop me in airports, on the street, and they say, you know, I've been investing with Fidelity for years. And all these people, they take time to say thanks. Yeah, I found first-generation Americans that put money aside for the kids to go to college. I see people that are in retirement. Others have invested their inheritance with us. They're not thanking Fidelity for doing anything magical. We made them some money. They're thanking us for handling their investing and doing it in a very responsible way. Whether investing online or in person, Fidelity's sense of responsibility remains the same. And that's what we're about. Everyone's talking about how easy it is to invest today. Point, click, trade. Wow. When you come to Fidelity.com, you can get the tools to make you a more responsible investor. That's Fidelity technology. The discipline, the research analysis, the sense of responsibility will not change. Those are Fidelity principles.
For over 50 years, millions of Americans have invested responsibly with Fidelity. We can help you do the same.
Here in St. Cloud's, I became the caretaker of many, father of none. Good night, you princes of Maine, you kings of New England. Well, there was one.
Time magazine calls The Cider House Rules a tribute to the human spirit. Gene Shalit raves it makes going to the movies a joy. The Wall Street Journal calls it a great revelation. See the Golden Globe-nominated film the LA Times calls one of the best pictures of the year. The Cider House Rules, rated PG-13, now playing.
You can rationalize it all you want, but eventually you're gonna get caught.
There's a tan minivan in the parking lot with its lights on. Whoever owns the tan minivan, your lights are on.
Okay, you're busted. It's time to check out the redesigned Mitsubishi Montero Sport. It's only the family car when the family's in it.
One of baseball's great competitors has died. Pitcher Bob Lemon was 79. Lemon won more than 200 games for the Cleveland Indians and managed the New York Yankees to a World Series championship in 1978. There is a fresh indication tonight of just how rough the U.S. Senate contest may get between Hillary Clinton and New York's Republican Mayor Rudy Giuliani. You can judge for yourself. The First Lady appears on tonight's Late Show with David Letterman.
Have you ever spent time with Rudolph Giuliani?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you like the man? Do you have any regard for him at all? I read today that you said that maybe for the Senate he wasn't temperamentally suited, but...
You know, he's done a lot of stuff as mayor, but I think being senator is a different kind of job. You know, as senator, you can't go arrest a homeless person, for example. There's just a difference between what you do and one job and another.
I'm sure that's entirely fair there.
A footnote, the Reuters news agency says the Clintons didn't have a television set when they first moved into their suburban New York home. It's a safe bet they'll have one there by later tonight, if they don't already. And that's part of our world tonight. For the CBS Evening News, Dan Rather reporting. Thank you for joining us. Good night.
For news 24 hours a day, CBS.com on the internet and on our interactive partner, America Online, at keyword CBS News.
Cloning. First it was sheep, then mice. But wait till you see what scientists have been able to clone now. We'll show it to you tomorrow on the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
I don't think I've ever enjoyed it more.